Now, Safer Schools, an ABC 10 News special.
It happened again.
A scene that keeps playing out in this country.
Words that have become all too familiar. Another mass shooting in our country, another shooting at a school, and another group of parents left to mourn their children.
Amazing grace. I think it's terrifying thinking that you drop off your child and not knowing that you might not ever see them again.
I was left with just the heartache and thinking of the parents and the families that this has happened to again.
Heartache turning into frustration.
Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out!
And demands for action.
And if we keep complaining about nothing will change and not do anything about it, how are we going to make a difference in this world?
As students,
we need change and we need to fight for it.
And their parents call for change to stop this from happening again.
There are people working to change things in our country.
In this half hour, we'll share stories of unity as we all work together to keep students safe.
People from every demographic, grannies against guns down to little kids, and it was very heartwarming as well as very powerful.
The changes since the Uvalde shooting and the resources to help students cope.
School's a second home for many, which is why when school shootings like this happen, it's a whole family that's coming together.
Right now on ABC 10 News at 6 a.m.
Another busy morning as several local districts begin the new school year. From the East County with Cajon Valley, Alpine Union, and Tehisa Union to the North County, Oceanside Unified, and Poway Unified, where we have ABC 10 News reporter Marie Coronel.
I'm visiting Rancho Bernardo High School, where faculty and staff are getting ready to welcome back students. I'll tell you about some of the changes from the new school, getting students a head start on college to the later start times.
And you may start hearing more of this in your neighborhood.
That flying saucer type of sound?
No little green men in Poway. Instead, that is the sound of the future of school buses.
That's because school districts across San Diego are ditching gas and they're going electric.
All new this morning, ABC 10 News reporter Jeff Lasky buckles up and takes a ride on one of the electric buses in Poway and finds out how they are benefiting more than just the environment.
And it will be a hot and humid first day of school. I'm meteorologist Megan Perry tracking the extreme heat that prompted a flex alert across all of California.
Right now on ABC 10 News at 6 a.m.
We're making progress.
That's what the president is saying about the economy, but many American families say they don't agree.
Have you guys been to the grocery store lately? What else can you do, starve?
Some are struggling and making cuts just to make ends meet. I'm Marie Coronel in Chula Vista, taking a closer look at the new inflation report and what this means for your budget.
That report leading to the worst day on Wall Street in more than 2 years. We are keeping an eye on the stock market this morning and something else that could have an impact on the economy. A looming railroad workers strike.
It's going to have a ripple effects into our overall economy. It risks harming families, it risks harming businesses and whole communities.
Here in San Diego,
I think it would be noticeable within a few days that certain things aren't available.
Empty shelves could be just the beginning.
The strike could impact the way we get to work.
In an all-new report, ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons takes an in-depth look at what that strike could mean for you.
It's beautiful, it's well maintained.
Don Liddell is on his way to the San Diego History Center, one of his favorite spots at Balboa Park.
I come over here frequently because it has so much to offer.
But at more than 100 years old, this park also has a few cracks and some other signs that this jewel of a park has lost a little luster.
If you look behind, underneath, you see cracks as you walk past the buildings along the foundations, and you know that behind that crack there's some work that could be done.
Right there in that column right there, you can see the decay.
It's the stuff that Tad Parzan sees every time he goes to the park. Parzan is the president of the Burnham Center for Community Advancement, which just released this report, preparing for Balboa Park's next 100 years. He gave me a walking tour of the hidden problems the study found.
So if you think about drainage, facades, structural integrity, plumbing, electrical, all the non-sexy stuff, which is harder to fund.
According to the study, the park needs $444 million worth of work on essential systems that will become obsolete by 2036.
What was built decades ago to serve the park now is outdated, and it just needs to be revisited, updated.
That's not to say the city's neglecting the park. Even while we visited this month, crews were working on new planters and landscaping. A recent windstorm led to a massive effort to remove downed trees and identify others at risk.
El Día de Casa de México en la ciudad de San Diego.
9 new houses at the international colleges, like the House of Mexico, have been built and opened in the last few years. And ABC 10 News highlighted work on a handful of other projects completed during the pandemic, including a new plaza in front of the Air and Space Museum, a new deck around the Moreton Bay Fig Tree, upgrades to the historic carousel, and the ongoing restoration of the Botanic Garden building. But Parzan calls those projects cosmetic and adds they don't get to the core of aging infrastructure, which could decimate the park's beauty if it's not fixed.
It seems fine, but if we don't hurry up and do something, we're going to be in trouble and lose this asset.
That's why the Burnham Center's study identified 7 recommendations to raise that $444 million over the next decade. A revenue measure, like a sales or parcel tax or bond that the public could approve in an election. A commitment from the city to dedicate some of the current or future hotel taxes to the park. Increased fundraising by nonprofits. Creating a property business improvement district to manage park issues. More commercial activity in the park, like restaurants, shopping, or other activities that could raise money through rent, taxes, or both. An oversight committee to manage funding, construction, and more, and creating a